Welcome over to ChessWhiz TV episode 426. I'm your host, The Wiz. Today is, is Sunday, um, June, no, July 22nd. This is very difficult for me, 2018. Now that I've told you that, which sounds kind of dumb. If you're watching on YouTube, you're a week late, but hey, it's better to be late than dead. Today we're going to play a chess variant, as you can see up here, file Extinction chess. This is a lot like the variant Extinction chess, where if you lose any type of piece, you lose. But this is a little bit different. It has to do with each file on the chessboard. In case you didn't know, I love this website, lichess.org, where I play chess. In case you didn't know, a file is a vertical slice of the board. It's like a row that's been turned on its side. And so file extinction is losing everything from a file. But that's not like you have to keep every piece on the file. Oh, that would be interesting. What if you had to do that? How come we can't see anything? That's kind of bad. I guess we'll just stay this way. It looks better this way. Who wants to play file extinction chess? Come on, let's do this. Let's bring up my favorite game, notepad.exe, and we'll type in the rules. If you lose a piece and the pawn which started on the same file it did, you lose the game. Okay. I'm trying to word these rules in a way that they make sense and aren't like wrong, ambiguous, unclear, and you're describing different rule sets than I mean to describe. So these rules are as follows. If you lose a piece and the pawn which started on the same file that it did, you lose. So if you lose your knight on the queen side and you lose the b pawn, then you lose. So that's called file extinction. We're going to try it out here as soon as some maniac clicks this link I've thrown into the chat, because if nobody does, we're going to do this for a while. I'm going to drink from my vase while I wait. Hold on. Hold on. All right. I drank from the vase. Now we can start. Since we don't have an opponent, just kidding. Let's play against Shady. Thanks for joining. Let's just start by thanking him for saving the show and send him a smiley face as well. Okay, so Shady, I remember the last time I played with you, you beat me with your rating points. You've got a lot of numbers. Look at those 9s right there. It's a big number, so I need to play very, very carefully. So this means I just need to capture anything, basically, because pawns, you know what pawns? Pawns are so easy to catch. They can barely move. So all I have to do is capture something, and then I can go get that pawn. So how can I capture something? This looks good. If I come after his queen, he can block it with a pawn. That would be really clever of him because of things that make it clever. If you block with knight, I would take it, and then I could go after the... Oh, but if I take his knight, I'm losing the bishop. Oh, man. Okay, so when I take this now, then this pawn is in danger of making me lose. So here I was thinking getting the trade was a good idea. Okay, so all I have to do is take this pawn and I win now, so let's go after it. Let's tell him f2 is endangered. This is going to be spicy. So he's going to move the f pawn, and then I'm going to have to go after it some more, which I guess I could go like this. But there's a risk he'll go here, so I'll try this move. Obviously, he can't capture me. That's his endangered pawn. But the purpose of this is to prevent the knight from coming down, because my c pawn is also endangered. I moved the bishop, so now I lost the bishop. So now that pawn is very, very important to me. This is going to be good. This is going to be good. I think my next move of this is going to clinch the victory, because this pawn can't get away. He could play the knight. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. Coming after the f pawn here, he could block the attack, but I could counter that by making a move on this chessboard. Pretty much anything such as g5 would dominate him. So I think he's in trouble here. If he plays knight down now, I push the pawn 1 square, clearly 1 square, and then I think he can't get to it. You know, I think he can't get to it. If he from there could move here, which knights can't do that the last time I checked, but if he could, he would win. But this'll do it. This'll do it. GG! Colon, smiley face. Always nice to smile at your opponent as you win. That's very, very kind. You want to try that again, Shady? The interesting thing about going after a piece I've noticed is when you capture it, you use a piece to capture it, which endangers one of his pawns, but at the same time endangering one of yours, making the whole game a very, very spicy endeavor. So which one do I want to capture? I think this bishop, but you can't really capture a bishop. Can you? You know what I think is a good move here? This move? Because you can't catch a queen. So normally e4, e5, queen h5, Not the best chess opening, right? But this is not normally. His best move here, probably knight c6. I mean, that's the reason this is a stupid move, but let's be honest. I've got some attack possibilities here. Okay, so now let's just checkmate him. See what happens. I'm threatening the old scholar's mate. This can be difficult to defend against if you haven't fought against it a few times. He has to play g6 here, and then I'm going to play back here. And then he could block the attack with the knight. I mean, that is pretty decent, but I think I've got him a bit rattled, so that's good. What's going on in the chat right now? I'm seeing someone say, it's Whiz Day! And then someone else says start, because I spent about 30 minutes getting the camera ready. So thank you for telling me to start. I've now done that. So let's see, take this pawn, take this, take, and then what's been endangered? This pawn and this bishop have become endangered, and then I've endangered this pawn and this pawn. Is that beneficial? I think I'll just keep playing chess. I expected this to be just a brutally short, fast game, because as soon as there's a trade, there's another thing in danger, and then wham, the game's over. But actually, it's not that fast. I mean, it's not like in 4 moves I can just win, or in even 10 moves I could just win super fast, because catching a single piece on the board is not always so trivial. This calls for another sip. So what is up, guys? Let's play. Okay, so I want to take this and this, or I want to take this and this. I'll defend this. The e-pawn is a funny one, right? Because if you lose that, it's your king that's in danger. But the chess.org, this great website, is already enforcing the safety of your king. So there's nothing interesting there. I'm thinking maybe of taking this, though. I'll lose my queen. That's part of my strat. Let's see what happens. Oh, someone's messaging me about my huge umbrella for sale. I thought that was going to be a follower on Twitch, but no umbrella. Okay, what has he lost? He's lost this bishop, so now I can go win. Wow, wow. C7 is checkmated. Boom! GG. Am I typing in the right box? GG. Wow. You resign now. Good game, Shady. That just fell apart so quickly. Amazing, amazing variant. Let's throw another challenge in the chat, and while we're doing that, we'll consider rematching Shady, because you know how difficult it was to get the show going. It's like nobody wants to play the Wiz right now, because you know, you just connect to Twitch, and of course there's nobody waiting for you, because just kidding, there's tons of people waiting. They just don't want to be the people to get brutally defeated in a game of chess. That's why they're not clicking. But Little Plotkin is going to join, and you know, let me tell you about this guy. Good luck. Let me tell you about this guy, okay? This guy is a beast at Crazy House. Yesterday in a Crazy House tournament, Little Plotkin took 3rd place behind none other than 12teen and John Lee. Those two guys were the only two that did better than this maniac. And the other thing he did was he berserked every game. The time control was 3 minutes and 1 second added. Epic, epic tournament. So this guy deserves to, what does he deserve? He deserves some chocolate, I think, for that. Hi, so what are the rules, he says. Okay, so all he has to do is learn the rules. He's going to beat me just by, like, looking at the board, and then I'll just, I resign. But now that I've told him the rules, I'm in trouble. Let's see what happens. If you lose a piece and the pawn which started on the same file it did, you lose the game. Now, I'll probably just lose because of this guy's rating, because usually when you're rated that high, you just let your rating play. You don't even have to sit down, and you win. But we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I could push my pawn again. That would be kind of fun. I'll do that. This is fun. And then I'll go, nope, I won't do that. I'll offer you a trade. I'd like to move this pawn because, maybe not there, but I'd like to move it because I want to get the queen mobile. Because once a pair of pieces comes off, like these two knights, the queen needs to be going at it in order to make the capture. So what we've got now is this pawn is in danger because he's lost this knight. You ready for the boss mode? Here we go. Yeah, boss mode. No, Queen A4 we're gonna say is not legal. No. I'm gonna offer you a take back, little Plotkin. I'm supposed to be able to take B2, which would win. So let's not go that way. So if he checks me, supposedly I'm supposed to be able to capture b2, which is the last piece or pawn that began on this file, and so that would make me win. I don't have to get out of check. So he says, I'm confused. If I take b2, then your b file is extinct. It's a check, though, and then the game is over. So it's a gray area. And now, depending on what country you're from, I might have spelled the word gray wrong. So I'm going after the B pawn. It's a gray area, which means, like, yeah, some people would interpret it some way and some people another way. But the simple fact is, I don't want to lose. So I'm going to interpret the way that's advantageous for me. You ever met somebody like that? Yes, everyone you know is like that. So let's go take this B pawn and win the game. He says, I lose now. Good. Let's be honest, I'm a jerk. So let's just take like 20 rating points from this guy and then play him again at this wacky variant. So we are going to try to play. Oh, he's left. He doesn't want to play again. Oh no, I've insulted one of the world's best Crazy House players and he doesn't want to play me again. I feel slightly bad, temporarily. Well, I'll just put another challenge in the chat. Maybe some other epic Crazy House beast will join. There's no reason they wouldn't, except why would they want to play a guy like me? They probably wouldn't, so that'd be the reason. Let's see who we've got now. XS Tactic. Great username. So if you lose a piece and the pawn which started on the same file you did, you lose the game. So in that game, he brought his knight out like this and traded, making this pawn extremely valuable. And then when I went down here, he tried to distract me with a check. But using the chat box, I beat him. Sometimes that's an important part of the game. If I hadn't had that, by the way, I would have been like, move something else and then lose. But with the chat box, very strong weapon. It's a particularly strong weapon when combined with the clock. Those two things on the side, you might think like those aren't part of the chessboard, but yes, those are like the most important parts. What I like to do is like type in the chat box and they're looking over there and then like look over at the clock and be like, I'm not adding you any time, and then chat some more and he runs out of time. Pretty cool strat. Okay. Let's see. Does he get the rules here? I'm the Crazy House beast you asked for. Cool. You know, the word cool is cool, but if you take the L off, it just becomes cool, which is even cooler than cool, if you know what I mean. Cool, man. Okay. Let's see. I think we're playing chess right now. I should have played d4, I think. Why d3 when you can d4? Seriously, d4 always better. I need to improve my chess skills. I wonder if I should improve my chess skills. So this show has become kind of about the weird things we do, such as these variants. Here. If I take this, then this pawn will be endangered. And if I lose the bishop, then this pawn will be endangered. It's not really about the great chess anymore. You know what I mean? I'm going to play my knight to this side. So that if necessary, I could play z3. Because I lose this bishop, and then he comes down here, winning this pawn, which is endangeredness. So over here, then I can play c3. It's a stupid idea, but at least I have a reason. It's important to have a reason that you do stupid things. That's my reason. This show is no longer about making good chess moves. When I started this, it was ChessWhiz TV. It was back episode 1. Great place to start, by the way. If you're ever going to start a show, I would highly recommend episode 1. It's just fantastic. And the point of the show was to play fast chess, because back then, you know, I was pretty fast. I played this thing. By the way, if you don't know about this thing, come check it out. lichess.org, and you go under learn, and you go to coordinates. There's this thing called coordinates right here. I'm opening it in a new tab because I'm a tabulous person. And you click. I'll have to show you that later. I'm playing chess over here. You'll have to give me time for that. It's his turn. I just lost a knight, so I want to watch out for this pawn. Oh man, he's going to come after this pawn. No, he's not. What am I doing? I should have taken with the queen for sure. But let's go after his... Wait, which of here can I take? I can take this, and then I can go after the pawn that's there. Let's start with this, because after I take this, then the knight becomes deadly. This is going to tear him up. I don't even have to worry about the chess position anymore. First, I take this pawn, and then I'm going to take this knight, which extincts his file, and I win. So let's send him GG. Hopefully he'll be a gentleman and resign. Otherwise, I am kind of in a bad chess position in this rated blitz game. That would be painful. So when I started the show, good game. Speed was the point of the show. I didn't have 100 million chess variants. So take a look at this fun tool you can do. You click start training over here behind. You see that? Start training. Okay, you click that, and then you click the coordinates. Are you ready? Go. B5, H6, C2, D4, C3, C3, G1. It's kind of hard with the mouse. It's easier if you just have a brain implant that G6 tells you where things are, or rather you tell the computer where things are. A4, G5, H4, B3, F6, A3, C8, D6, F1, G2, D4, H7. Okay, so this is working. It's just 30 seconds long, so that's not going to take long. And you can see just how fast I am. Not among the fastest, but also not among the slowest. 41 coordinates. Now, I would challenge you to go do that and beat 41. I'd be impressed if you have. You can comment below the video or in the chat, probably below the video because you're so slow now, you're on YouTube, to let me know if you beat that. So speed was the point of the show. In fact, what I did, my tagline was the fastest chess you've ever seen. But then what happened? A couple fast guys joined the internet and they put up streams, and all of a sudden my stream was like the slowest chess you've ever seen. You noticed all the games now have an increment. We always play 1+4. That's because I'm so slow. If we didn't have an increment, I would run out of time every game. And there are some episodes in there in the early 100s where that's exactly what I did. And I noticed, I'm running out of time every game. I'm just kidding, of course. It wasn't then. It was like episode 10. And so we changed the show. First of all, we added the increment. And then we played a new chess variant every episode. Great. This show is all about the variants now. Let's see what I can capture. Oh, does this guy know about the rules? I'm somewhat concerned. Let's check before I like suicide my army here. Check is allowed. It's just that you can win while you're in check by capturing something else. It's like if I check you, well, technically you should be allowed to lose your king because you haven't lost this pawn yet. Unfortunately, the website's not going to enforce that for us. But whatever. Okay. Now we just play crazy chess variants. And there's actually quite a legacy to the show. If I come down here and take this, then the bishop is endangered. And maybe I should just do that. Maybe I can win that way. I move my knight here. No, I could not catch the bishop. He could hide it like this, behind on h7. So let's just keep playing chess. I wonder how this is going to go. Don't lose this bishop, though, because this pawn's in danger this way. It's interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. So let me give you an example of the legacy on this show. I'm a good friend of Thibaut, the creator of this website. And by good friend, I mean I sent him a message once. And he and I decided to introduce a new chess variant to the whatever this is. See if I take this, then this pawn's going to be endangered. I think I'm going to win because I know I just need to take this pawn. It won't be long. It won't be long. That's what the monkey said when, his tail got run over by the lawnmower. Cancel. I meant to resign. Did I click take back? I'm a gentleman. I meant to resign. Good game, Game Genesis. You win. That was disappointing for me, but pretty good for you. Typical outcome in a chess game. So Thibaut and I were talking. We decided to start a new thing. We were going to bring a variant on the show, on the website. So let's try this opening. See how it goes. And here's how it's going to work. We weren't going to tell anyone what it was, and then we were going to have a tournament where everyone has to learn the variant and compete at the same time. Does that sound cool? So it's like, everybody sign up for this tournament. You don't know what variant it's going to be. It's so great. So great, right? So everyone has to learn the rules and figure it out, and we're going to have a prize. I think we had a little bit of Bitcoin, 20 bucks of Bitcoin, I think, or maybe it was 5. It was a little bit. Back then when Bitcoin was 200 bucks, so now it's 6,000. So if you just kept your prize, you'd be rich. What did I just take? This pawn. So now I need to capture his queen. Uh-oh, can't really do that. But now I could take this and then go after this pawn. I could maybe do that, but then that would make this pawn endangered, which is pretty dangerous and dangerous. Man, this is going to get cray. Because he really could play here. Should I take that knight? I'm thinking of moving my queen here. I'll play this way. See how it goes. So this is a good story. The story is coming up. So we have this tournament. Everybody's like, I wonder what it's going to be. They're typing because they're on the internet. Like, what kind of variant is it? Oh, it's probably Extinction chess, because back then, like, that was the variant that wasn't on the site because there was just Chess 960 and chess, I think. I think those are the only two. We didn't have anti-chess or atomic or any of that great stuff. So, so then we get the site all set up. We have this secret testing ground where we're setting it up. And Thibaut, what he does is, because he's a genius, he synchronizes the site the day before with the new version so he can host the tournament. And in the new game drop down, let me show you where that is. He puts the variant right over here. Over here. So when you click create a game, you have this drop down for what variant you want. He puts the secret in the drop down. So how long do you think it takes the internet goons to notice that? Like no time at all. This pawn is in trouble. So I need to capture this pawn before he captures that pawn. So let's go get it. What's the other one that's in danger? Knight, and what's the other thing he's lost? Just this pawn, so his queen. That's the winning move. Look at that. Wow. This is kind of cool, guys. Enjoy the cool moment. He puts the game in there, the new variant, and see, because I went like this. GG. By one move. And what's cool is normally he would block it, but his queen is the one other endangered thing. Because when I take his queen, he loses because this pawn is missing. That was spicy. So now each of us, Game Genesis and ChessWhiz, have won one game of this weird variant. So let's see who takes the final game. It's going to be good. It's going to try knight f3 here. Brilliant move, if you ask me. And then this, perhaps. So the pieces are valuable. Take a pawn is not such a big deal, I think. So somebody notices that, and they post in the forums, hey, guys, I know what the variant is. It's horde chess, because it was. And then he's like, no, no, no. And he takes down the thread, and he takes it out of the menu, and he's like, there, you didn't see anything. And that was a day before. So for an entire day, these threads are popping up. Guys, I saw the variant. And then Thibaut deletes the thread because he's trying to keep it secret. This story might not be 100% accurate, but that's okay because the gist of it is correct. So the day comes, and in the chat box of the tournament, everyone's like, I knew it. It was horde chess. But the funny thing about the horde chess variant is that at the time, so horde chess is where one side just has a mass of pawns, not even a king, just like 4 rows of pawns, and they try to win with just pawns. Hold on, I need to win this. Oh, it's the same way that I lost last time. What am I doing? He's going to take this pawn and win. If I play here, I take this, and then I go here, I think, to defend this f2 pawn. Guys, when I lost, remember that? Remember when I lost? I'm doing the same thing again, so I have to be a little careful. So in horde chess back then, across the entire internet, including wikipedia.org, which is this place you can learn things, horde chess had not enough, in my opinion, pawns. Like, and the pawns were also black, which in and of itself, that's not a negative quality. Whoa, he switched up the moves, and now I should be able to take... I should be able to give up my king, guys. I should be able to move here. He takes the king, and I'm like, no props, man. I still have this pawn. And then I go here, and then I win. But since I can't cheat, I have to lose instead. That's disappointing. Well, Game Genesis, I have to play you again because it's unacceptable for me to lose more than win. That's simply not okay. So when I brought horde chess, along with Thibaut, to this website, I decided to play it a few times first to make sure it was well balanced. And guess what I found out? It was horribly, horribly balanced because there weren't enough pawns, in my opinion. There were just too many non-pawn squares, which would be the equivalent of that. So how did he win this? He went here for this pawn, and then he went after this. Whoa, let's do that. Let's do that same thing. Let's do it to him, what he did to me. So I actually added some extra pawns. First I went on Wikipedia, I'm like, that's the chess position. And then I'm like, well, okay, let's put pawns here. Let's put pawns here and try that. Let's put pawns here. Now I don't have any friends, so I was only able to test it against myself. But that's okay because I'm pretty smart. So when I played against me, there were some pretty good players playing. Never mind, that's totally bogus. And then what happened? I'm going to go here and then here, win this bishop, and then win. That's the plan. So put this forward, and what happened? Horde chess was on the chess. First tournament, episode 120, we called it the ChessWhiz Cup. You can still see that on the YouTube channel. It's a little cheesy because it's me, and I'm not really great in front of a camera. So I should be able to take this and then play here, but of course I can't because that would put me in check. If I take that bishop, I need to go after that pawn. If he takes me, he has to go after this pawn. Let's sneeze. See how that works. Okay. Kind of keep this straight. What we learned over the course of the next few weeks is people were really excited about horde chess. Like, who's better? Who's winning? And we discovered that the pawns were still too weak. So we actually patched horde chess. We changed it, which a lot of you guys who aren't super old like me didn't know. We switched the white and the black. So when horde chess first came out, the pawns were the black pieces. And now, of course, they're the white pieces, if that makes any sense. I take this and then I win, right? What have I lost so far? Nothing, just this bishop, so I just have to guard this. But he's lost this knight, so he's about to lose. He's going to lose this pawn. Oh, I'm in check. I have to go here. That should be fine. Yeah. This is my dangerous piece. He's delaying his death because this is a dangered pawn right now. So I would take this and I win. GG. All right. All right. My challenger, I had a challenger up there. He's gone. So I'll play one more game with Game Genesis. Then I'll throw one more challenge into the chat. So if you're watching and you want to play this variant, you got to be a quick clicker and you'll be able to join in and play once. And then we're going to call the show. This is a fun variant. Definitely very, very sharp. Doesn't make it very far into the middle game. Okay, so what we're going to do is notice that knight f3 did not help me in the last 3 games. So we're not going to play it. We're just going to go straight to capturing this and capturing this. That's going to save me time. So we patched horde chess. Here's what we did. We switched the colors. We made it so pawns could move 2 squares from the first rank. The old horde chess, they could only go 1 square and then 2 squares, which is pretty weird and also pretty limiting. So that was fixed. And then the last thing we did, which was pretty interesting, is we... what did we do? Is that all we did? I think that's all we did. How anticlimactic. Let's see. He's not moving any pieces. He's really hanging back. It's a new strategy, I guess. His knight is out, so if I take that and this pawn, that could work. Let's go here. Because I'm actually attacking that pawn right now. So then I can attack that knight, put the squeeze on him. Interesting. Interesting. Hello, Kliders3. Thank you for joining the live show. I really enjoy the fact that you joined. Get that? Because enjoy sounds like joined, and I did that for you. Mango Town Plaza. You are an expert. Play him, says Lashan Jan. Yes, you are an expert. You should play me. You do have this chance. One more challenge into the chats for you live viewers. Mango says, I plan to in the future. I'm not much of a mourning person. So when people die in his life, he's like, well, I'm not very sad because I'm not really a mourning person. Get it? Yeah, that's him. Let's see, if I take this, I will be losing a knight, so this pawn becomes endangered. That seems worth it. Because when I take this again, this pawn dead and I win. Oh, Game Genesis is in major danger right now. Okay, so right now, this pawn's in danger, so I'd better do something about this. Oh, no. I better use the hacks that he's been using. Because to be honest, he was using these random checks like, oh, no. Okay, where do I move my king? Probably D2, right? Probably D2. What's in danger? This is in danger. That's all that's in danger for me. He's lost this knight, so this is in danger, and he's also lost this knight, so this is in danger. Okay, so if I move my king F1, that's probably not the smartest. If I move my king E2, let's go here. Let's go here. I mean, kings, that's not going to matter. It's not like we're in the end game and my king is, uh-oh. Well, that's disappointing. I lose. No, I have to send him Abraham Lincoln equals bar, colon, nose, frown, and then a little bit of a beard because I lose. Okay, here's Abraham Lincoln. That's your prize. Man, Game Genesis beats me again. What if I had sent my king in this direction? What if I'd done that? He would probably move here to attack this endangered pawn. Then I'd go here and be like, ha, nope, I wouldn't do that. I would check him. Wah, ha, ha. Then he would move his king over, because if he took them, this forking would be forking the defense. But then with his king over here, I would just lose anyway. I would lose that pawn. Well, Game Genesis, you have shown you're the better player, but at least, actually, you're kind of superior to me in every way, so never mind. Let's go to the final game now. throw a challenge into the chat. See what happens. Are you ready? A couple people are confused. They say, I thought you could not check. Well, you can check. It's just that the opponent, instead of getting out of check, could capture your extincting piece and end the game before you can take their king. Does that make sense? It's supposed to be where you can even sacrifice your king to go extinct him, but the chessboard doesn't allow that. So the best we can do is, hello, Heroku. And so that's what I was trying to do in that first game when I confused everybody and gave that national master a horrible life temporarily. Are you ready, Heroku? See how this goes. Okay, he says. Okay, so let's see. If I take this, I can win that. So let's just move this pawn. See how I can capture both those things. So if I go here and take it, then I need to go after this pawn. Or I could play, d5. I really like the center pawns. Not only do they control the center, which is a very nice feature of center pawns, but they also are, it's okay if you lose them because they're connected to some super nice pieces. Like the king, the engine is enforcing you can't sacrifice your king. And the queen, super strong. It's not going to get captured. I'm too optimistic. So I think these two pawns are some great pawns to get out there and just be crazy with. So let's see, if I play this move, I could also play this move, and then I just have to go after the B pawns before he goes after the C pawns. This is making sense. Let's see what happens. He can't even come after this pawn, right? He can't even come down here. Right. Saw a great quote the other day. It was something like this. It said, what is that move? That's not the whole quote. It's just part of it. It said, man cannot change himself without pain because he is both the sculptor and the stone. Did I say both? I meant both. And when I read that quote, I thought, wow, that's why nobody ever changes because they don't want to go through any pain. It's very difficult. I used to think I could solve the world's problems by changing other people. Now I realize I can't even change myself, let alone other people. It's a very, very startling discovery, actually. Good luck changing other people. Forget about fixing your problems by changing other people. Forget about it now. It just is not going to happen. What you could maybe do is change yourself, but only through a great deal of pain. So that's the quote. I think it's very educational. So I don't want to lose this pawn. So I'm going to move here in an effort to protect it. This is my endangered pawn. Meanwhile, his endangered pawn is over here. So how am I going to capture that? Yeah, if there is an area that you want to change, such as a habit that you want to put through the laundry, get it, because nuns wear habits. Never mind. A habit that you want to change, you need to understand that it's hard. And so if you're thinking badness of yourself because you haven't been able to do that, think better because it's actually super hard what you're trying to do. So don't feel so thinking baddening because that's just, so that's my conclusion for you. And also, I'm going to take his pawn this way. You can just go do that. What if he checks me? Wow. What if he checks me? Okay. A6 and H6. These are the... Oh, no. Don't let him take the F pawn. Nothing else is endangered, so now I can go over there. Oh, I probably shouldn't let him take the G pawn. Let's just defend it this way. Huh. Now my knight. Now my knight is what's in danger too. Does he think he wins? Actually, I win. I win. No, I don't win. For a moment, I thought his D pawn was gone, but it's over here. So don't worry, I'll still go get it later. So he just traded his queen for a pawn, thinking it was in danger, but no. Oh, I thought I won. Let's give him some time to feel the grief of that, and then we'll go win this pawn and just win the game. That was really interesting, Heroku, and I feel like maybe I should give you another game because of that unfortunate ending. Now I'm going to go take the proper pawn. El Mao is his conclusion, which stands for laughing my something. And he resigns. Okay, I'll play you again if you want. Do you want to play again? Normally I would just end the show right now, but you deserve another game, I think. Because of that disappointing ending. People don't like to end on a bad note. You've noticed that? It's human nature. Don't end on a bad note. Yeah, so don't give up on changing yourself, but just realize it's painful and very difficult. And then do it. I actually think there's a lot of value in changing yourself because there are ways to improve. Let's be honest, we can discover them in other people. You know what? I'm a pro at discovering ways that other people should be changing, and you probably could do that too. If I take this, I pretty much just win because this is endangered now. What is he doing? He's a crazy goon. I spent some time with other human beings the other day. I'm like, wow, other human beings really have a lot of room for improvement. And then I realized that I was an other human being to them, so they probably thought that about me. It was quite a discovery. Fortunately, I don't really think about what other people think, so no problems there, but still, there's a lot of value there. So how do I win? If I move my knight here, he just moves his pawn, and I can't capture in one move. If I stroke my chin, that could work. That could work. Let's try this. Yeah. It's pretty good. He can't block with a pawn, that's for sure. That's his super endangered pawn. So he goes there. Let's get the queen ready. If I could put my queen right here, that'd be beast, man. That's the new adjective. Or beastly, I guess. Here I come. Oh, he took with the queen. I didn't even see that because I'm kind of blind. Well, let's see. What's in danger right now? This pawn, so don't let him take that. It could be dangerous. And also this pawn. Okay, so we're definitely having some trouble. But he's got these two pawns in danger, so I need to go get them. That didn't work at all. Oh, no. I've lost my d-pawn, haven't I? Where's my d-pawn? I've lost my d-pawn. So if he takes my queen, he wins. So I was thinking if he plays here, I could play here, block the dangered pawnness, but not with my queen. I can't lose my queen, so I have to bring the bishop back. That's the only choice. And now he goes after this, meaning the knight is in danger. Things are falling apart. They're barely breathing. Mwah! Because I need to save the knight. And do you think that's really going to happen? And now I've lost this, which was endangered, so GG. Wow, good game, Heroku. You're the winner. But I got second place. It's pretty good. Got a challenger here. I got to give Colliders a game, and then we're going to call it a show. And then I'm going to go change myself because this shirt stinks. Just kidding. I'm going to change myself because that's so noble to do. I'm just copying him. Nothing's been captured yet, so it's totally safe. Okay, if I take this knight, then I've got to take this pawn to win. I think maybe I could get it. Look at this queen stuff. Colliders, let's not sacrifice my whole army until he agrees. Because right now, this is a rated chess game, and so taking that pawn with my queen might not be smart. This could be funny. So Raluk Super C says, what? You still had the queen's bishop. You could have just taken his queen. Is that true? Duplicate tab. Oops! I clicked the wrong thing. If you right-click a tab and then click duplicate tab, you can do that. Oh, I still had that bishop. I could have just taken his queen. Why did I resign? It was a good game because I could just take this, and then this is dead, and I would win. Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm wrong. That's like my first mistake ever. Colliders? I don't think he's playing the variant. He sent me a challenge, and I joined it. Are you playing by the variant rules, Colliders? Because... Do you like how fast I typed there? Sorry, didn't know. Do you want to? Do you want to? My opponent offers a draw. Let's see. Let's see if he wants to, because I don't know if I want to draw. Let's just keep playing. Right? How about starting now? Okay. Okay, so now we're playing by the variant rules. Colliders is in, and I missed my window of opportunity to just go win the game by capturing the knight and pawn, but who cares? There's another thing going on right now, which is, actually, this is the only thing going on, so let's just finish it up, and the show will be over. Not a literal hole. says La Xianjian. I have a hole in my heart, but not a literal hole, like a congenital disease. Okay, thanks for explaining. It's a metaphorical hole. Well, I'm almost out of time, so I need to say something really profound to improve your lives. I've decided that one of the reasons I do this show is to improve your life. I think I'll go back to my old plan, which is just to take his Titan pawn, and then that'll be it. And so I need to think of something really, really fantastic. Here we go. We got away. Got away. But I just finished telling you how I can't change other people. So how could I improve your life? Seems just as difficult. Ooh, I've lost that pawn. I've lost that pawn. Keep track of what you've lost here. He's lost the D pawn, so he can't lose his queen. Your queen is now endangered. I'll just point this out because it doesn't look like it. It looks like his E pawn is missing. So now my queen is endangered. Let's go after his queen. Maybe that was stupid, but I couldn't resist. Oh, I lose. Oh, I'm one move behind because my D pawn is gone and I just lost my queen. Oops. GG. So I resigned that because I actually lost this pawn and then this queen before I could take his queen. Oh well, at least it was just a chess game. At least I don't have cancer that I know of. So there are some good things going on right now. That was pretty fun, actually. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. I don't think this is the variant that I would say, this is the one variant you should play. Actually, that would be a few episodes back. Entourage chess was actually another stupid variant. So if you go a little bit further back, you'll get to this variant where we tried to play hermit chess. And halfway into the episode, we're like, hermit chess is the stupidest variant. So we played like unhermit chess, and that was the best variant. So go watch hermit chess and then jump to the middle, and then you'll see a cool variant that you should play with your friends while you still have them. This has been ChessWhiz TV. Thanks for watching.